Hi guys and gays. Welcome to my account. Disclaimer, I do not own any of the characters on my videos nor songs. I also do not own any fan art. If there are any, this is also just for entertainment purposes. Don't take any of this seriously, any gays. Let's get onto the video. Excuse my grammar, for English is not my first language. I liked you so much, we lost it. TsukiHina Angst, someone confessed. It was a rainy Sunday afternoon, and surprisingly, there has thunderstorms. Hinata on the other hand was hiding inside a blanket on his room. Closed windows, off lights, and there was nothing heard but the thunderstorm striking across the dark gray skies. Hinata was sobbing under his sheets as he was dealing with his astrophobia. Astrophobia was a fear of thunder and lightning. He remembers his late father's death with the sound of thunders, and his father's cold body with the light of lightnings. On other thunderstorms, he was calm because his mother was always by his side, with his sister, Natsu. But today was different. His mother and his sister was on his grandparents' house for 3 days, and he was staying because they have classes tomorrow. Then he grabbed his phone on his side table and tried to call Tsukishima, his boyfriend. He was grasping onto the piece of gadget, hoping the boy would answer his calls immediately. At last, after 5 rings, the boy has answered it. He placed his phone against his ears, still shivering to the sound of thunderstorms. Can you please come here? Stuttering due to the fear that covered him, he was still able to finish the sentence and waited for the other to answer. What? Not now, Hinata. I am busy with something. He was hiding his sobs and bit his lips. Whimpers was heard, but not so loud. Oh, okay. Shh. He was so annoyed. Then a loud thunderstorm struck, the phone fell, and he did not heard what the other just said. He immediately grabbed the phone, only to see that the call already dropped. He wasn't needing any touches nor sweet nothings. He just needed someone to comfort him. With tears falling from his eyes, again, he scrolled through his contacts and called his best friend, Tobio. After a ring, the call was immediately answered by the raven-haired boy. Kageyama speaking. Kags? Oh, Hinata. A lightning struck again, causing him to jump up of bed. Kageyama then remembered that he was traumatized by the thunderstorms and lightnings. He remembered exactly why and how he got that. Flashback. Hinata was running to his house because he was caught on the rain. The rain sure is so heavy. He thought to himself. He was drenching wet, but he didn't mind and kept running to his house. He opened the house with his key and shook his head. As he opened the door, a lightning was evident on the dark skies, and the rain poured heavier than it already was. He was walking down the halls when a thunderstorm struck so loud. He fell onto his knees, not because of the thunders and lightnings, but because of his father's unconscious body was laying across their cold floors. Blood was scattered around the old man's head. Dad. No. Dad, wake up. He cried his father's death, along with the cries of the skies, thunderstorms, and lightnings. Flashback ended. Kageyama immediately ran out of his house and drove to Hinata's house with full speed. He didn't care if he'll crash. He was just thinking of Hinata, crying and sobbing alone in his house. He sprinted through the house and ran upstairs. He went inside Hinata's room and hugged him. Hinata immediately hugged him back, searching for comfort and warmth. Hinata doesn't really know why, but he felt safer in the latter's arms than his boyfriend's. He fell asleep on Kageyama's arms and mumbled something. Sadness was written all over Kageyama's face. Of course, it's Tsukishima. It was always him, right? Even though he treats you like nothing, it was always him. How I wished it was me, he said to the sleeping boy, while laying him comfortably on the bed. He kissed the boy's forehead and smiled sadly. He went downstairs and cooked hot ramen for the both of them. After a while, the ginger woke up and went downstairs. The rain also calmed down. He then went to the kitchen as his stomach was growling in hunger. He saw Kageyama on the table, eating ramen. Oh, Tobio, I hope I didn't bother you. I'm sorry, very much. It was nothing, Sho. You're more important than any other things. Well, what? He was flustered, causing him to stutter. You're my best friend, after all. Yeah, best friend. He thought sadly. Sadness crossed across Kageyama's eyes, but covered it with a warm, big smile. The older just smiled at him and served himself a bowl of ramen. He sat with him on the table and started eating too. Ah, that's so sweet of you, Tobe. Anyways, make yourself at home. I just need to buy some medicine on the pharmacy. Let me come with you. No. Make yourself comfortable. The pharmacy is just 3 blocks across. Are you sure? Yeah. The rain seemed to have calmed. Now, I can handle myself. Okay, as you say so. Just call me when something goes wrong, okay? Okay, bye. Hinata went outside with an umbrella. He started to walk up to the pharmacy as his eyes caught something. Oh, how he wished he didn't looked at it. Oh, how he regretted facing that heartbreaking scene. He never thought that buying medicine was one of the reasons why his life will just scattered to pieces. But he couldn't blame Yamaguchi, right? He didn't know. He was sleeping. Tsukishima's side of the story. After the phone call, he was with Yamaguchi, as Yams had just broken up with his toxic boyfriend. He was cheering him up. Shh, he was so annoying. Don't be like that, Tsuki. He is still your boyfriend. Now, I remember you mentioning he has astrophobia. Don't you think he's scared right now? Silence was heard all over the room. Guilt was hovering and eating Tsukishima alive, but he just shook it off. Don't mind him. He has his mother to calm him down. Tsuki, you have to go to him. He is your boyfriend. He should be your first priority. Yams, listen. You are my best friend, and you've just broken up with that asshole. You're sad, so I should be with you, but he is your boyfriend. Look, he haven't called anymore. That means he is okay. So don't mind it, okay? Are you sure? I hope he's okay. He's still my friend after all. Yeah, don't mind that shrimp. After an hour, the rain just softened, so they decided to go to the park, near Hinata's house. Yamaguchi ended up sleeping on the swing, because of tiredness and fatigue from all of the crying. Tsukishima saw how Yamaguchi shivered, so he covered him with his jacket. He knew it from the start. He loved Yams. He always did. But Yams had another man, so he dated Hinata. He kissed Yamaguchi's forehead and carried the boy to his car. He didn't know that all of that was seen by his broken-hearted boyfriend. Back to Hinata's side. Hinata was kneeling on the sidewalk, crying his heart out, when Kageyama saw him. He ran to him, fast, and hugged him. To Tobe, shh, I know. I saw them too. It's alright, let it all out. I'm just here. To Tobe, why do I always end up getting hurt? Hinata hardly said, and cried harder. Kageyama on the other side was cursing the blonde boy on his head endlessly. What the fuck is up with him? I said to take care of Hinata, not make him cry. Stupid beanpole. He just hugged Hinata and carried him home. He felt that Hinata was having fever. He set him on the bed and went down to get a piece of towel and basin with warm water. He took care of Hinata and stayed with him. Even though his temperature already dropped, Kageyama never left his side. He just watched him as time comes. To be continued. To hearts emoji.
Роскомздрав не запретит. Симпл-симпл.